Good morning, No Finish Line Nation. I think it's a great morning this morning. It is a Thursday, and we are ready to take on the day. So, for me, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm hoping that you are too, ready to achieve your goals and go out there and make things happen today. So, if any of you are watching on the video here, so I've got a little video and an audio feed. So, I want to share something with you guys. So not only on top of the YouTube videos that I'm doing and then putting it on the blog, but I'm also, I'll turn the camera around here and you can see that I've got a podcasting microphone right here. So that's my next step in my journey. I'd like to be able to try to be able to get into a little bit of podcasting, throw that out there, and that way anybody can access it. If they've got an iPhone, they can hop onto iTunes, subscribe to the channel every time I put out a new audio, or if I'm doing an interview with anybody or anything like that. You guys have access to it all the time. I know a lot of people say that it's a little tough to find on Connect, the Coffee Talks, or on NFLN. They have to go in and punch in the Coffee Talk hashtag on NFLN, where they can kind of put that in there too. So I just wanted to reach out to everybody to let you know that the ventures are getting much more broad and wide for everybody to enjoy and be able to incorporate anything that has anything to do with coffee talks and being inspired and being motivated and being able to move through. So with that being said, let's do today's coffee talk, right? So I just wanted to reach out to everybody and talk to people about some kind of types of conversations that I was having yesterday around dreams. And it was pretty basic and pretty high level. But I'll tell you, one of the things that I noticed is that in the space of dreams, and when we have dreams and we set those dreams in motion for us to be able to achieve or accomplish or anything like that, the thing that happens a lot of times is that our dreams get doused with reality. And so when reality happens, we want to accomplish things, we want to be able to accomplish great things and be able to go down the road of achieving things that we set out for when we were children or when we got to about middle age time frame, or even those illustrious bucket list item things that we always talk about. Well, what happens is with dreams is that sometimes dreams aren't necessarily laced with reality. And what happens is that drama happens, family situations happen, death in the family happens, accidents happen, or just overall addiction to food happens. And that's in my case, right? So one of the things that we try to do is that we try to be able to justify the reason why we're not trying to accomplish our dreams is because of whatever is going on around us that's causing us to be in a bad situation or a bad spot. So, the coffee talk this morning was more about, we talk about dreams, we can list dreams, we have goal setting. I know a lot of people, including myself, have goals on a board or on some sort of visual aid for you to be able to see what your goals might be or what your dreams might be. And what happens a lot of times is, you will always hear me talk about, if it's on paper, it's on purpose. And if you have it written down and you have it somewhere, you'll be able to see that more specifically, if it's listed and it's put somewhere, then you've got something tangible you can shoot for. Just like when you put your whys up on the board, or just like when you put your before and afters to realize where you've been, where you've come from to where you are. It's really important to do as well. But this situation is about dreams. And what happens a lot of times is we can put anything we want to on paper, and we can talk about dreams, and we can list out what our accomplishments want to be. And when we're really working hard at trying to be somebody that's moving forward, but the problem is that we don't put a lot of action with those words. Okay, so when I was growing up, I used to always hear the old adage, and I'm sure everybody's heard this before: you prove it with your actions, right? A couple of things is actions speak louder than words, or you get out of what you put in, right? Those are the two quotes that I was really bringing into the table that I've heard all my life. And the funny thing about that is that it's so true. If you list out actions and you list out a list of things that you want to be able to accomplish or things that you want to do or go or achieve, and then you don't put it into action and do something about it, then what happens is it's just a false claim is all it is. It's basically just words on a paper. It's there's nothing that happens with it. So when it falls and we start to fail or start to slide backwards, then we start to get into failure mode. And then we start to get into, I really don't know how else I can accomplish this, or I feel like I'm in an uphill climb, or I'm really trying to understand how we can overcome the issues that are in front of me, right? And then they become too cumbersome and too big. And then when you try to overcome those issues, you then drop off the radar. And then your goals become diminished. And then you try to break it down into bite-sized goals, or whatever happens, you start to lose that passion that you really want to be able to work with. So, with that being said, what happens a lot of times also is that we list out smaller goals, smaller little goals to be able to accomplish our big goals. And we've talked about that many times too, not to make something too overwhelming or too crazy big or ginormous for you to be able to accomplish, because a lot of times you're not going to be able to accomplish those. Okay. So think about it. Actions speak louder than words. We've all heard that word. We've all heard that phrase. We've all seen it in front of us. But the problem is that we don't necessarily take our actions and put them into motion towards doing the things that need to get done. So today, think about that as you're reflecting on where you want to be and how you want to accomplish. If it's weight loss journey, or it's a financial journey, or it's any kind of journey that you can think of that you want to accomplish and do and be a part of, how are you going to do it? How are you going to accomplish it? What are you going to do specifically to achieve that goal, right? So basically, anybody that's in business or anybody that's been in any type of business type of training before in the past, when you talk about SMART goals, setting up a goal, but then putting things in place to be able to accomplish that goal is so important. And then also, it's the time period that you want to accomplish it by. Because if you specifically say, this goal that I want to accomplish, this thing that I want to do, and you don't put a time, or is something that I really want, but you don't put a time frame on there, what happens is that it gets lost in the shuffle. And then once you don't have a time frame to be able to accomplish that by, it just kind of passes you by, and then it goes, and then it goes on, and it keeps going. And then next thing you know, you're looking back on it going, man, that was a goal that I really did have at one time, but I don't know where that went or what happened to that goal or anything. And then next thing you know, we're looking into, look at ourselves in the mirror saying, man, I haven't accomplished anything. And depression kicks in, spiral begins, all those things happen. Okay. So today, take a look at what your goals are. Everybody's got to have some goals whatsoever, some sort of goal. Like I said, it could be weight related, it could be work related, it could be being a great parent, it could be a caretaker, it could be whatever. But you have goals in your life. And what happens is that we also set goals, and then we try to attend to other people's goals or other people's successes, and we forget about our own. So think about that today, right? Hunker down a little bit. Take a look and see what your goals are. Take a look to see where you're at with everything. And then list out how you're going to get there. What action items are you going to take to get there? And then put those action items into action. Put one foot in front of the other. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of sitting around waiting for things to happen to me. One of the reasons why I'm moving forward with things like a podcast and blogging is because I sat back and I said to myself, I love doing it. I love being a part of it. But why wait around for it? Who knows what this could lead into, right? It's part of my dreams and it's part of my aspirations to really put this thing into motion. And it seems that I inspire some people. So why not push forward? So I went and got the microphone, and I got the software for me to be able to record and be able to do those kind of things. And I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm pretty excited about that whole thing. Because guess what I did? I have a dream and I have a thing that I want to accomplish. But guess what I did? I put it into motion. And I put one foot in front of the other. And I started to accomplish it. So think about that today. If you've got goals that you want to accomplish. So if it is a weight-related goal, then great. How are you going to get there? Is it just staying on track? Is it just staying within your points? Is it incorporating exercise? Is it whatever it is, whatever steps it is, you need to put that goal into, or put those, action plan into motion. Write those action behaviors down so that way you know exactly what it is that you need to accomplish and what you need to do. And then do it. Just go out, put one foot in front of the other, and make it happen. It's a pretty big deal when you think about it, because I think that if you can incorporate action in with the goals that are there, nothing can stop you from achieving the things that you want to. And then if you have the actions written down, and let's say a bump does happen on the road, and then you look at how do I accomplish that, or how do I get through that, now you've got the action item written down so that you can always go back and reframe and recalibrate and be able to move down the road of achieving the goals that you want to. Okay? So that's the big theme of today's Coffee Talk is actions speak louder than words. Don't tell people your dreams, show them your dreams. Right? If we talk about them all we want to, then that's all it is pie in the sky and verbs and words put into and just out there, and nothing ever happens with it. But if we put it into action and we show people that we can accomplish great things without even talking about it, you're going to have a lot of people looking at you going, wow, what are you doing? How did that just happen? I don't understand. Well, that's amazing. So again, today, take a look at what your goals are. Look at them, see if they're measurable. If it's something that you can achieve and accomplish, even if it's small goals, it's okay. Those are good goals. Then write down your action items to getting there. And thirdly, put it into motion. Get your feet moving the direction of achieving those goals. Okay, everybody, so have a great day today. It is Thursday. We're going to be out there making things happen, doing what we have to do. I just wanted to say I appreciate every single one of you, and spread the word about the podcast and spread the word about NFLN. We're up to 26,000 plus last night. It was a pretty major accomplishment that we have there. Our first shirt campaign's going very well, and everybody seems to be really receptive. Now, hopefully, when we get the shirts, people will love them just as much. But again, we appreciate every single one of you guys. And you know what? Let's just go out there and make great things happen today. And let's make all our dreams come true. Okay? We'll talk later.